Hi everyone and welcome to the first video on our channel. My name's Nina.
And I'm Dave.
And we are currently in Forest Row. We've driven about 4 hours from Yorkshire to get here, and the reason we're here is we're doing a course. The course that we're doing is on dome building, and what domes are is they're essentially a really sustainable way of building. So instead of your little box house with the triangle roof, you build a dome instead out of earth and natural materials. And we currently have the box house. We have a mortgage, don't we, Dave? And just like the normal expected thing that you do in Britain. And we bought the house relatively cheap, about £150,000. That's cheap for our area. And we did it up, and it's currently worth £250,000. So we're going to sell that and buy a little spit of land somewhere, and hopefully the plan is that we're going to build one of these dome structures on it and be mortgage free. And the reason we want to do that is not just to be mortgage free, but it's also a moral principle thing that we don't really understand the government's take on affordable housing. It's just doesn't make sense to us, does it?
It's not affordable, basically.
Yeah.
They start at £250,000 where we come from, and that's not affordable. If you're a first time buyer, that isn't affordable, because your, what's the word, deposit?
Yeah,
the deposit is about 30 grand on that, maybe, I don't know, is it more, 40 grand?
It depends on what house you want, but to get a decent house in our area, first time buyer is expected to have about £30,000 worth of deposit. Our friends are going through this at the moment. They have decent paid jobs, they have good jobs, and they have been living in rented small flats for about 5, 6, maybe even 8 years now.
8 years.
And they've been trying to save up, and they can't get onto the housing property ladder. And
that's what it is, it's a ladder.
Yeah, it is.
Because the property only goes up in value. So our view is it's only going to get harder, even though we keep getting introduced to new building and new affordable housing. I don't think that's correct. I think it's going to get harder. And I think people have been saying this for years anyway, it's nothing new. But the idea of this dome building course is that we can build an actual affordable house, and sustainable as well, because it's predominantly built out of natural materials, which is also a good thing if you're into your environmental and eco things. Yeah,
definitely. We're not saying there's anything wrong with living in the square box. We're doing it at the moment. We just want to move into the dome box because it's who we are, I think. We've been looking into it for about a year, and I think it's who we are. And our friends that are currently trying to move into the housing market, that works for them. That's what they want with their lives. It's their lifestyle, and that's great, fantastic. We're really happy for them because they're finally starting to get to the point where they can start moving forward on that. And they're looking at houses, and they're about ready to put a deposit down on one. But that it's just not for us. It's not made us happy. We are in quite high stressed jobs. I certainly am, and it just doesn't make us happy. The bills and the mortgage don't make us happy. We would much rather strip it all back and just go back to basics, and that's really what all this is about. Yeah,
we're really struggling with the concept of just going to work with a lot of stress, bringing it home, but you go to work just to afford your mortgage.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to get away from that idea. That's the idea anyway.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong. We are really lucky. There are people that would give anything to be in our position of having a lovely house and the well-paid job, and that's fantastic. I would love to have everyone in that position that wants to be, but it's just not for us. We would so much rather just live simply and live within our means as well. Boiling a kettle means that you have to go to work, and we would much rather just collect the water and build a fire and put the kettle on the fire, and that takes so much longer. But when you think about it, going to work, that takes time as well, and energy, and it takes so much out of us. Some people love their jobs, and that unfortunately it's not for us. And for us it's not a case of finding a job that we love. The job that we would love is being able to live within our means and maybe grow food and build and maybe teach others sort of about sustainable living. And we just love that lifestyle. We've really been devouring every video that we can absolutely get on YouTube, and just really desperately clutching at straws and trying to find a way to make it work. And we're sort of in a position now where we're in Forest Row and we're going on a course, and we're so excited, and we wanted to take you with us. So
yeah, we want to take you on that journey because we think we're going to learn a lot, and we want you to learn a lot also and be inspired, and you know, see if you like the idea that we've got in our head as well.
Yeah, we've certainly been inspired by a lot of videos that we've been watching, and that people going and selling their house and selling everything that they own and going off and living these wonderful lifestyles where they just wander around the earth and have amazing experiences. And although that's not quite where our story fits in, we have another path to take, and I think everyone has their own little journey that they, you know, need to explore. And I think we might have found ours, so definitely want to take you with us on that journey, see where we wind up at the end of the path. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching our first video, and we'll see you in the next one where we start our dome building course. We're so excited. Thanks for watching.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.